Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And it feels like I've been gone for a while. I have had this low-grade fever that just drives me crazy. I'm sorry I'm popping all over the place. I'm just trying to get this week's Hump Day sketches done. So anyway, this is our sketch today, and this is brought to you by BTC. Love them, love them, love them. You can see it's a card with some type of layers, sentiment if you want up top. The oval is like the focal point. These can be dots or any type of stamp edition. This can be ribbon or it can be something cut in half. So here is what I created today. This is my first one. Now this is made from the Secret Garden, and the Secret Garden is kind of sort of close to my heart. It's a scrapbook, and it has, this one is one that is a card making. So you have all the card making stuff in the back, all the envelopes, and then you have a lot of DSP, and I've showed you guys this before. Beautiful front, back. It has instructions on how to create 8 cards, how you can set them up here, what the cards look like, which I really like a lot. I should have looked more on this so then I could get something in front, but we got that. And with this, it also comes with a stamp set and dies that go with it. I love the way that these guys package it. So here are dies. It all fits in one container, and here are the stamps. Beautifully, beautifully done. So I used a couple of extra things. Up here, this is our Petal Pink, because it goes with this set. And then I went back into some of my additions that you could get. Where is that? Additions you could get with your paper pumpkins. And this one is, I guess I can't find it. I lied. Here it is. It's called Thanks. And it's called Thanks and Beyond Die. So I have a whole bunch. I've stuck them all on a piece of, a magnetic piece. I did not add that, but I do include all my pieces in here. So I really like the Thanks and the way that it came out. I also used with the Secret Garden, they have some dots. They're all different colors of dots. And so I just used the pink at the bottom. So I'll keep those out. I pulled way out of retirement these layer oval dies, framelit dies. And so I just pulled those out, and I just used one of the big ones for this die. And I do not know what size this is. It is, I think, second to the biggest. Yeah, it's second to the biggest die. And these dies come with just the ovals and the scalped opals, or ovals. Okay, not opals, but ovals. And then I used a piece of the Petal Pink and White diagonal trim combo pack. Now, a lot of these are retired. Some of these are on the last chance. Check out what's going on, the online exclusives. So today I just thought that I would bring back a little bit of just a little bit of retired stamps. I also used the Wink of Stella just on the Petal pink, and I don't think you can see it sparkle yet. But anyway, it should have a little bit of sparkle on there. So I'm getting all these out and I'm ready to go. On the inside of the card, I just did a piece at the bottom, and then I colored a stamp, which I think I am going to show you today how to do that. And it's just done with markers. So I have my stamp ready to go. And then my two markers are the Petal Pink and the Mossy Meadow. And I think that is everything I need to get ourselves to rock and roll. All right, so let's go ahead and do our first stamping piece, because otherwise everything else is going to go together pretty fast. I'm going to bring in my silicone. So we're going to take our pink and we're going to get to the flare part, and all we're going to do is just turn our pen sideways, our marker sideways, and we're just going to wipe the ink on the flower. Now with the Petal Pink, it does not come out very bright. And so all we're doing is wiping it. You can kind of see the little pink shine on the other side, but we're just going to do the best we can to get it as dark as we can. And all I'm trying to do, you'll feel the roughness of the stamp itself. But so that's going to be our Petal Pink. Now we're going to bring in the flare of the Mossy Meadow, and you're going to be able to see that just a little bit better. And all we're doing is outlining the outside. And all we're doing is just, there's grooves in here, and then there's smooths, and we're just going right over the smooth part and not trying to get this into the groove. Yep, you're going to make mistakes, just the way it goes. And I got a great big blob of green right in the middle, so I'm just going to go back around with my, you can see my green on this. So I'm just going to do that, and now it's ready. And now I'm going to give my Darth Vader breathing. You're going to huff on top of your stamp and let the moisture from your huff re-moist the stamp and make it sticky enough so we will get some kind of an image. We're going to take it and just, let me see, how did I do that? I went to the side. And then we're going to pick it up. So this is our pink and our flower. Turned out pretty nice. All right, and I don't think you can see, I had some steam on here, but we'll just let it go. Then we're going to take a piece of our, this is our designer series from that. You have polka dots, you have diagonals, and I chose to go with the polka dots. I really enjoy polka dots on cards. Again, all the dimensions are on my website. So we have our inside. Now, I did not put anything on the inside because I don't know exactly what you guys would like to say. So I just went with nothing. I just thought it would be better. So what we're going to do is that we are going to first get our thanks turn it over, get our liquid glue, and we are, whoa, just going to liquid glue our things. Now, you can see that there's a lot of glue on that first one, so I should not have squeezed it, but it's also brand new. So all I'm doing is taking it like a brush, and I'm just going over it and hopefully dragging some of this off and adding it on other parts of the die cut. And again, remember the die cut came from the paper pumpkin. And I think it was called Thanks and something die. Thanks and Beyond. I'm looking right now, sorry about that. It's called Thanks and Beyond die. Now remember, if you get too much of the glue, you always have your embossing buddy. And the embossing buddy can take out the stickiness that this glue has. And I'm just dragging it over on the last piece. Okay, so now up as close towards the top, we're going to try to center this and put it way up close to the top. And then I'm going to just take my embossing buddy and just kind of wipe over top of it, because I know I can see some spots on the outside. Now, if we do have some spots on the outside, go to good old Amazon and whoa, I guess I better let this. Doctor, help me. Okay, I guess I'm going to let that sit a minute. All right, that was pretty scary. You can see up here that I have some spots in here that have a little bit of glue. So I guess I'm going to wait and get that in a few minutes. Wow, just about disaster on my card. So we're going to take our oval that we cut, and now we're just going to add some of our dimensionals. Now I put this over top, and this is the tape that has the dimensionals on the back. And all I did was rubbed hard. The dimensionals come off, and I don't end up with those little dimensionals all over my house. So I'm going to put one more in there. Throw that away and put one more in the center. And now I'm just going to add this in the center of our card. Then I'm going to take some tape at the bottom, turn it over because it has a lot of the embossing buddy. Take my ribbon and put it close towards the bottom. And why I'm going close to my bottom is because I need to be able to put in my little dots. Before I do that, though, I am going to ink, or I'm going to adhere the rest of the card to the base. And now I'm just going to try to get off some of this glue. Whew, there we go. That gave me a little scare. So now I'm going to take, there's 3 sizes on these, so I'm going to take my big one, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get this off, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of my card. And my second to the largest, I'm just going to try to get it in a straight line. And then add my small dot on the other side. There we go. And I think what I'm also going to do is add a glue dot in the middle so my ribbon doesn't lift. And that will just pull it down. There we go, we're almost finished with this. And then I am going to add my Wink of Stella to all the pink little areas. And this really looks nice. And I love the fact that there wasn't a lot of stamping done on this. That it was just created with dies and designer series paper. I love stuff like that. And for me, oh, I think this turned out beautiful. I like the way it sparkles. I like the way that the center is really, really focused. Has a little pink over to the side so your eyes kind of travel. And I don't think you can still see this very well and sparkle, but this is our card. And this is what the 2 cards look like. I think it's so nice. All right. So our next one I got from Sharon Armstrong. So this was absolutely nothing to do with me. It's all Sharon. All I did was case it. And again, when I case things, 1, I like to give the person credit. 2 is I like to copy and slightly edit. So I slightly edited this from her. And this is what the inside looks like. This is another part of the die cut. This is absolutely beautiful. My salute to Sharon. God, I love that lady. She is pretty amazing. And this stamp set and bundle are called Sunrise Sailing. And it comes with, these are the stamps. Then you also have 2 different parts of the dies, and then it also comes with an incredible embossing folder. So that's how I put this all together. Now, one thing you're looking at on the embossing folder is that I figured out that I was going the same distance from the boat, so I could put the boat in the center of the card. So when I placed it inside, I made sure that my cardstock bumped up against this side, and we're in between both sides. This is the side that I used to line it up with. This is the side that I made sure it was in the center. Now, I did knock out some of the outside stuff, but I just thought it was okay. So here's the way that it came out. I took an extra piece of the basic white, and I stamped it in Night of Navy, and then I used this to die cut with. I had the smaller boat. That is what I used on the inside. I used this red and white Baker's Twine, which is carrying over into this catalog. I used it at the bottom just to kind of give a, you know, sailing red, white, and blue. That's kind of what I feel like when I do this, see sailors out there. The boat I put on the inside, and I used the adhesive sheet to stick this on. So I put the adhesive sheet on, then I die cut it, then I peeled this off, and I could just place it on here, so I didn't have to do any outside gluing. And then I said, you're destined for great things. That's what's all on the inside. This is what my front looks like. Have a little bit of dirt on the outside. If you get dirt like this, good place to put, you can't see it very much, good place to put some of your embellishment. I'm using the Opal Rounds assortment. This is Night of Navy White, Daffodil Delight, using some of our mini dimensionals. Over here I used the Regal foiled adhesive back dots. I didn't like them as much. I did another card and I added the opals. Love the opals even better. So I have that. This is what the boat looks like, the sailing boat. I added small and large dimensionals on here. Then the Ahoy, I just took one of the clouds, cut it out, and then I'm going to put it on the side and cut it again. The second time I made it for a swap, I added this one, and I just placed this in the middle, and then I stuck it over here to the side. Looks much better. I will show you what that looks like. Every time you do these, they all get better and better and better. All right, so let's start putting everything together. All right, so let's bring in our sailboat, and we are going to take off our backings. And these you can just put a hole in it and then just pop it up. So I should have 3 different dimensionals that are in here. And I'm just using the back of my, excuse me, take a pick tool. And now I just have the little ones at the bottom. Okay, and that's one way that you don't have to pick them all off with. Now I'm going to line this up and put that down. So that's the first part of it. We're down. Then I'm going to take my red and white Baker's Twine, and towards the bottom, all I'm going to lightly put adhesive on the bottom. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go around 3 times. And then I'm going to cut it and lay it flat. Now, with this, you can also mess around just a little bit. Get this a little bit closer together. So that's the way the first part of our boat looks like. So now I'm going to get out my glue, and I am going to glue. Whoa! I tell you, this is brand new. I love it, and I don't. And I get mad when it doesn't come out nice and evenly. So I'm going to do this, and again, the reason that I do this is because it fits in a lot of the grooves better. The liquid glue does. And again, if you have any extra on the outside, get out your embossing buddy and just look around. When you also put the glue on, please make sure that you don't put it close towards the side. And I did a big mistake. I forgot to cut this off. All right, so let me see what I can do. Okay, so I've just kind of taken off the side. You can see I've ripped a little bit, but we're going to go quick and just take this, and all I'm going to do is cut this down in size and then place it on the side. Ahoy! Then open to the inside. I'm going to just friendly adhere it so you can take this off and put a new white piece inside. There we go. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add the dies. Or excuse me, add the embellishments. And all I'm doing is adding them towards the side. See, aren't those so much better? They just pop. I like the way that they look. So, that is my second card. And you can see how they turned out, just a little bit different. So that's what we got. So I'm going to run over and grab a card. This was for my swap. And this is the way my other card turned out. I just really like that. So those were my cards for today. I hope that you like them. I will, hold on just a minute, and I will show you all the cards. This has been fun today. Thank you to Sharon Armstrong. Thank you to Fabulous, the BTC. Okay, those are the two cards for today that we created. I love them. I just think they're beautiful. So on Thursdays, I have my Throw the Dice. And tomorrow I have a couple of things on how you can use your extra or want to get rid of your designer series paper. Got a great sketch for you. And I just tell you, I love doing this. I love being able to create and share this with you. So thanks to everybody who is watching. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Give me a show me what cards you have that you created on your own from this design. Go to my blog site to see what all the measurements are that I used on these. And I hope to see you next week. So take care, everybody. Again, my name is Kevon. I'm from ktstamps.com, and I love creating cards for you. Bye, guys. Thank you. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Have that bell ring. Bye-bye.